Okay, so everyone sees my screen now. So hello,
Yes, it's perfect.
my name is Olivier del Zuffo. I will present this presentation today with my colleague Linda Valkovska, who will handle the second part. Okay, we are from company Broccoli, so we active in Latvia in vertical farming design. So our project is, and I left the title in Latvian. I'm sorry about this, but our project is a combined initiative between Broccoli. We are vertical farming equipment manufacturer, okay, with the Riga Technical University, who oversees the engineering aspect, the Bulderi Horticultural University, who oversees the biology aspect, Meshvidi, who is a greenhouse operator here in Latvia, mainly active in tomatoes, and Other Energy, who is a LED engineering office helping us with the LED and lighting aspect. Just Linda and myself, we're representing all the actors, because otherwise there would be really a lot of speaker for a 15 minutes talk. What are the goals of our research here? Well, what we wanted to do is to compare results on 5 types of crops on different LED models in similar environment, thus seeing the impact of lighting and LED on the crop actual growth. We cross those data with energy consumption and find a balance between energy and yield, which is key in vertical farming. We absolutely need to try to reduce the energy consumption, which is a key point into the field. Finally, our project aims to automate plant analysis via artificial intelligence imaging. Okay, I will discuss this in further details later. We are supported on this with the Latvian government. The project is from September 22 to January 2025. Well, actually, it's September 2024, but we had a small issue, so we had to delay 3 months. And we have been funded for around 360,000 euro to run this research. So vertical farming, first of all, this is one of our machines here that you have in drawing. So this is where our laboratory is and where we are running our tests, okay? The machine is stored into the Bulderi School, University, where we are running the test from there. I assumed that everyone here is about knowledgeable on vertical farming, so I will not describe the whole process. We don't have time. Just the key point are, we are working in shipping container, okay, that are a total closed environment. We automate climate control, the wind, CO2 injection, humidity, we have night and day mode. Those are key part in vertical farming. Second part is the technology underlying, because there you have a lot of technologies. We work on neutral film technique, hydroponic system. So it's a film of water where the roots come in that is constantly thawing, okay, where we maintain, of course, the NPK mix and pH of the water. For this particular experiment, okay, we dedicated 25 square meter of growth of the machine for this experiment, divided in layers with different LED type. Okay. Second part, we analyze everything into a software. That's where all our data fly back. So we are talking now all the sensors that are in the machine, as well as images that we are trending and keeping in real time into our system. For the first part here, I will just address the imaging part of the project, which is the part I am heading myself, okay? So out of those 25 square meter, we dedicated 1 square meter to automated imaging. So what is this? On this square meter, we have 4 cameras that take a picture actually every single minute of this square meter on different angle. This allows us to cover pretty much every single plant into that square meter. Of course, some plants are hidden. Some leaves are coming in front of the camera. So we have quite something good. On this, we upload all those images. So can you imagine the amount? Huh? So it's 4 pictures every minute times 1 year. So it's a lot of pictures. all those pictures are digested by a server that transform the data into line, like if you would have an Excel file stating plant 62 has grown by 0.01%. Okay, we have a good color of the leaf, and the global mass is estimated to 32 grams. Of course, we need to train this algorithm. Anything in artificial intelligence works, something you're all familiar with, like with the cat. To be able for an artificial intelligence software to recognize a cat, you must tell the software this is a cat or this is not a cat. So he learns from his own mistake. So for this, we have Linda, who's going to talk after me, who actually is collecting the real data. So she's harvesting the plate, she's giving and measuring the plants themselves, her and her team, and they are providing the data so the artificial intelligence software can compare what they have seen or guessed versus the reality of the field, making the algorithm better. This is, of course, kind of a challenging project. There's quite a bit to do there because it is a permanent learning curve. So for the moment, we're still collecting data. We are on our 7th batch. I'm quite happy to announce that we had some disease into the machine. You would see that normally we shouldn't be happy, but for us, this is very good news because it allows our software to detect, as you see on the picture on the right, some errors, and to train the software to detect disease automatically. So this is where we are on this research. Okay, of course, I'll be happy to answer a further question on this. And for the next slide, I will pass the floor to Linda, who can take over.
Yes, hi. Maybe you can put the slide. Okay, thank you very much. Yes, good day, everyone. I'm Linda, and today I'm thrilled to share with you our intriguing findings from our experiment on optimizing plant growth within a hydroponics system. Our project delved into effects of different lighting setups on the growth of various plants. Our goal was to optimize the plant growth within a hydroponic system by exploring the effects of different lighting setups. As you can see, we focused on 4 plant types. There is basil, flat leaf parsley, chives, and cilantro. Each plant type presents its unique growth characteristics, making them ideal candidates for our experiment. In the beginning of all of our tests, we germinated seeds under identical conditions and nurturing seedlings in our nursery, and this ensured the uniformity and consistency across all the plant samples before they were transplanted into a hydroponic system. Next, let's take a look at our hydroponic system. Yeah, here you can see the shelves where our plants are housed. We tested 5 different lighting setups, each within distinct characteristics to create the most conducive environmental for our plant growth. By adjusting light intensity and also other environmental factors such as pH, temperature, humidity, and CO2 levels, and also others, we aim to optimize the growth. For all of our experiment tests, we kept the standard parameters the same, so we can be able to fully understand the impact on plant growth by luminaire type. As we all know that light plays a crucial role in photosynthesis, the process by which plants convert light energy into chemical energy, fueling their growth and also development. And also there is different wavelengths of light. There is, for example, red light, blue light, far red light, and they have distinct effects on plants' physiology. For example, the blue light is essential for regulating plants' growth and also development, while red light promotes flowering and also fruiting. Research has shown that optimizing the light spectrum, such as increasing proportions of certain wavelengths, can significantly enhance plant growth and also the yield. And by manipulating the light spectrum, we can tailor the growth condition to meet specific needs of different plant species. And in the end of all of our tests, we did the measurements for each plate or each shelf. And we did measurements for 11 plants. Here in the picture, you can see our marked plants per growth board. And for these 11 plants, in each shelf, we did the measurements. The measurements included, for example, total yield, plant length, weight, and of course, the total yield of the square meter. Now let's go to the next slide about our results. Our results so far. Our experiment yielded actually intriguing results, particularly in the comparison of yield across different lighting setups. We observed significant variations in total yield per square meter among the various plant types. Interestingly, certain lighting setups consistently outperform the others, demonstrating higher yields across multiple plant species. And these findings underscore the importance of selecting the appropriate lighting conditions to maximize crop yield and also to ensure sustainable agricultural practices. It's also worth noting that our findings also shed the light on significance of selecting the appropriate luminaire type, consider factors such as light intensity, light spectrum, and also, of course, energy consumption. Additionally, we need to consider electroenergy consumption associated with each luminaire type, as it directly impacts the operational costs and overall sustainability of hydroponic farming systems. Through careful selection and optimization of lighting solutions, we can not only achieve the crop production, but also minimize the environmental impact and promote long-term agricultural sustainability. And here in the slide, in the picture with the 5 basil plants, you can easily observe the impact which luminaire makes. All of these 5 basil plants came from the same nursery. All the parameters was set the same, except of the luminaire type. I think it's worth mentioning also that the light intensity was the same for all of these plants, only there was one difference, and it was the luminaire type. And we can see these differences not only visually, but we can also perform statistical analysis and then be 100% sure that luminaire type is a significant factor influencing yield within our experiment. And now let's go to the next slide about our challenges. I think a lot of you can relate to us that there's a lot of challenges happening in these systems. As with any agricultural endeavor or experiment, also encountered several challenges. Firstly, we face the threat of diseases, as Olivier mentioned, within our hydroponic system. Despite our best efforts to maintain the controlled environment, the absence of soil actually didn't eliminate the risk of pathogens affecting our plants. Another challenge was encountered that there was non-uniformity in our plant growth. Despite our efforts to maintain conditions, variations in environmental factors of lighting distribution could lead to uneven growth among our crops. And also, additionally, we observed instances of leaf burning, particularly in areas where the light intensity was too high. Excessive light exposure can cause the damage on plant tissues, affecting their overall health and productivity. While these challenges posed obstacles to our research, they also provided valuable insights into the complexities of hydroponic farming. And by addressing these challenges head on, we were able to refine our experimental approach and also ensure the overall success to our project. And that would be it from me. Thank you very much for listening, and we both will be happy to answer to your questions.